Hey everybody, it's Larry from World 101 Podcast. I wanted to take a minute to sit down and kind of talk to everybody and give you guys kind of a clue of what's been going on, where we've been, where things are at, where things are going, because I'm sure the whole five of you that actually listen and or watch our nonsense on a semi-regular basis, to whom we are all incredibly grateful for, make no mistake, may have been wondering why the hell there isn't a new episode in about a month. Um, so I thought I'd take a minute, sit down, kind of fill you in on what's been going on, what to expect, when to expect it, um, and just kind of talk with you guys for a minute or five. So um, the simple fact of the matter is that the show has changed and grown um, and transformed a lot over the last year and a half. Um, hell, it's changed and grown incredibly from when we started this on a not quite a whim, but at least an encouraging. Hey, come on, let's do the thing. Uh, 3.5 years ago, um, we've seen people come and go, all with great love and affection. Um, and over the last year and a half, a lot of people have come into our lives here at World 101 Podcast. Um, Eddie is still with us. He and I stand as the last of the original crew, as some of you may know and remember. Adrian has gone on to amazing things with his studio, The Frozen Machine, and we love watching his incredible, tremendous success and joy from it. Um, Tony's out in the world doing his thing. Um, Corey is neck deep in the spectacular work he's been doing with NGR over the last couple of years. I've watched him kind of from afar take NGR and turn it into an absolute beast of a network, and it's incredible. And his success has been tremendous, and we wish him continued and growing success with that as well. Um, that for a time left us with just Eddie and I as we continue to roll on. Um, Down the line, we met Josh and Dylan, and then Kathy and Adele. Um, so we've grown a lot, and in that time, we've tried to stick to our original recording schedules and trying to get things out, on a regular time frame and day of the week to stay consistent. And we've had varying degrees of success with that for various different reasons. Um, but we've mostly almost always gotten a new episode out, once a week for the last year, and I'm incredibly proud of that. It hasn't been quite as perfectly steady and consistent as I would have liked, and as honestly as you guys deserve. Um, to that end, we've also tried to take on a lot of new things and experimented with many more. Things like World 101 Plays and Command Prompt and Doctor Who Dis, and more. And there's other ideas that we've been toying around with quietly in the background amongst ourselves. Some of which we're hoping to kind of maybe soon see the light of day. Um, However, amongst all of that as well, part of what's caused a lot of the struggle for consistency with content release and production is the fact that over the last year to year and a half, um, the established schedules have gotten harder and harder because almost all of us here at World 1-1 have gone through or are going through currently uh, significant changes in our professional and personal lives of all sorts. Um, and in an effort to give everyone an opportunity to kind of get themselves back on their feet and steady and tall and proud as they should be. As as tall and as proud as I see every one of them. Edward and Josh and Dylan and Kathy and Adele, and including myself. Um, we want to take some time uh, for ourselves to kind of look at some things, get an opportunity to take a breather, um, spend some much needed time with our families and with ourselves and with loved ones and friends that have kind of fallen to the wayside or taken a back seat, unfortunately, for a number of reasons. Not just World 1-1. Um, and so in that time, we also want to be able to simply enjoy the coming holidays as well, whichever you so celebrate. Um, and we want to first and foremost preemptively wish you well through those holidays. Um, we hope that you know you in some way make us a part of those holidays as well, be it listening to old episodes on family car trips to you know great big holiday gatherings where maybe we can bring you a little entertainment and a smile and a laugh, um, or on a quiet snowy night throughout the winter season. Skimming through the YouTube and watching some of the World 1-1 plays as something quiet in the background to enjoy um, while you do whatever else it is that you do. Um, to that end, I wanted to kind of lay out the rough timeline of what we're looking at and what we're looking to hope to achieve as a result, so that you all know what to expect going forward, or at least have an idea of what to look forward to. So the very blunt fact is that um, we're looking at putting things as far as World 1-1 podcast goes on hiatus through probably about the end of January to somewhere around the beginning of February. And I know that's a huge stretch. We've already been gone pretty much all the way through October. Um, and I will tell you that we have, or I personally have, two recordings from October that I am still sitting on that I have not had an opportunity to edit, produce, clean up, make presentable for you. And I will be getting some time to work on those, and I will likely be releasing those. One of them this month in November, one next month in December, so that we're not entirely gone. That way, too, you also know why maybe some of the news and the conversation is a little um, out of date for the very current moment. Um, but hopefully, it doesn't make it any less inherently enjoyable for you. Um, I'm also looking to see to it that you guys get at least one new episode as well in January. So I'd like through the hiatus for you guys to at least be able to enjoy one new episode a month, which I know is nowhere near the one a week that we have always strived for and usually hit. Um, During that time, though, we are going to be talking amongst ourselves, uh, especially heavily in January once the holidays pass and we can begin to refocus um, about better coordinating schedules, um, in order to try and, bring the most to the table that we possibly can. Um, we may be looking at a new weekly release date, something that maybe gives me personally a little bit more breathing room in terms of editing, production, producing, um, and getting the show out on a regular, steady, consistent basis that you can rely on. Um, we're also we're also working on trying to spread the work around a little bit to maybe ease some of the burden because um, as many of you probably don't know, but you may suspect, I have no idea, but I personally shoulder a considerable amount of the work that goes into getting the episodes out on a week to week basis for World 1 podcast, both video and audio. Um, Kathy has been a tremendous godsend in terms of us being able to stream the show recordings in its raw-ish form on Twitch as well, though. Um, Recently, some things have come up, some software updates that have kind of thrown that into upheaval, but that's another one of many reasons for the hiatus that we will be going on, or sabbatical, for lack of a better term, is to be able to try and have the time to sit down, work on numerous things, um, be able to spread the work around because many hands makes for lighter work. And it makes it much easier on everybody. It will make it tremendously easier on me, which hopefully allows me to bring more to the table and try and breathe some newly rejuvenated life, uh, both back into myself and into World 1-1. Um, we're also going to be taking some of this time in the hiatus, at least me personally, from a production standpoint, to maybe try and put a fresh coat of paint, so to speak, on the show. It's time for a refresh in a lot of ways, and I know that sounds a little vague, and it shouldn't be scary at all. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. But it's just, it's been very the same thing for almost 2 years, a year and a half, and so I've decided it's time we're not rebranding, but it's time to put a fresh coat of paint on the show and liven it up again, in a new way. Um, we're also going to be talking about, amongst ourselves at least, what some of the other projects and productions that we have going that we would like to continue with, and how best to make that happen on a regular, steady, and consistent basis. Things like The Dumb Leading the Blind, World 1-1 Plays, Command Prompt, all of which are shows that I personally am tremendously proud of. And I would like to be able to see them get the true love and attention that they deserve. Um, so and that's not to say too that things like Doctor Who dis, we're also looking to get back into and super excited, especially as news finally comes of a new season of Doctor Who coming to our screens next year at long last. It's been a long and sad year with no Doctor Who, at least for me personally. But and other things as well. We'll still we're still looking to continue to bring you things like the unboxing, um, and to see maybe there are some things that we let go. Um, Co-op catastrophe, just due to commitments and schedule conflicts, may not be something that we can continue. But I would like to at least round out our playthrough of Portal 2 with Dylan and myself. So that way we can at least finish somewhere of or something of what we started. I'm not a big fan personally of starting a million projects and leaving a million and one projects unfinished. Um, but also maybe a chance to see if in the space of those projects do we take on some new things, or do we take that divided effort and regroup it into a smaller number of things that we could do bigger and better? Um, Things like World 1-1 Plays, things like The Dumb Leading the Blind, Doctor Who Dis. Um, so that kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. Additionally, I want to throw out there that you will likely not be entirely without us over the coming months through November, December, January. You should definitely keep an eye on the Twitch channel, on the YouTube channel. As I can tell you for a fact that there are some new unboxings coming, as a couple things are slated to hit my mailbox in the very near future. So we'll have some new unboxings for you. I can tell you a few to look forward to are going to be the very, very limited collector's edition at long last of Celeste from Limited Run Games, um, as well as the collector's edition of Valfaris from Signature Edition, um, and maybe a few other things along the way too. You never know. Um, that being said, uh, definitely keep an eye on the Twitch and the YouTube channel as well for things like World 1-1 Plays. I know I have several games open right now in World 1-1 Plays that I would like to uh, bring to a close and complete them. Uh, it's going to be, I can't make any promises as to a regular time and day or frequency, just because everything is kind of in, truth be told, upheaval in a lot of ways for me personally. And I know there's a lot of life changes and transitions happening amongst everybody here at World 1-1. I won't say more than that. It's not my place to. Um, but in any case, uh, as time allows, though, I am looking forward to getting back to getting to have some time to sit down, play some games, and stream and chat with you guys. Um, our Facebook page and our Twitter page are still live. I do. There hasn't been a ton of content up there, but I do watch them. So if you drop us a line, you want to talk to us, shoot us a message, myself or anyone else here. We love to talk with you guys. You may even see some of us pop up here and there, other random places. Um, I would love to recommend to you guys, while we are on hiatus, a couple of other uh, podcasts and shows that you should definitely check out and put on your radar and your playlist if you haven't already. Obviously, our friends over at NGR, as well as the lovely folks Todd and Charlie over at Secret Friends Unite, are fantastic. Um, they've got tons of awesome stuff going, and hopefully they can help sustain your entertainment needs while we're away for a little bit. Um, but like I said, we won't be entirely gone. Just quieter than normal for a little while as we rest and refill our buckets. Um, I will be upfront and honest. This was a hard decision for me to come to. I spent a lot of time talking with the rest of the crew, especially I want to share my gratitude to Kathy and Josh specifically, who have spent a fair bit of time conversing with me and helping me come to the decision and realizing that while it is a hard decision, it's one that in the long run will be best for all of us. Me personally, is, and I won't go into detail, but I will be upfront and say that I have personally been dealing with a lot of extremely challenging struggles in my life. Um, and they have given me just incredible warmth, kindness, and support as I have needed it, and put up with a lot of bullshit from me, as it were. And I don't know that what I would have done or what I would do without them or anyone else here for that matter. As Adele has also been a wonderful guiding force in my ear. Um, Not to shortchange anybody, but in any case, I want to show and share my particular thanks and gratitude to them for what they've done for me personally, um, in trying to get myself right again so that World 1-1 can be the best that it possibly can be. Um, I don't think it's ever been bad. I've always been tremendously proud of World 1-1 podcasts, and our family of shows and our family at World 1-1, period. Just watching everybody grow and bloom and enjoy all the phenomenal successes in their lives and in their endeavors outside of World 1-1. Um, my hope is that this hiatus will give us an opportunity for those endeavors and or for those successes to carry on over here to World 1-1 as well, um, so that they can be as proud of it as I've been. Because I look back at where we started to where we are now, and all the things that we've done in between, and all the incredible people across the industry that we've gotten to talk to, and some of whom I am incredibly honored to call friends. Um, so, with that said, um, I want to thank you so much for your time and letting me kind of sit here and monologue with you and give you at least a little bit of information. Um, I know some of it sounded or may sound a little doom and gloom. It's not at all. Um, while a while it's a very difficult decision, it is one that it is a hiatus, a sabbatical. It's not retirement. It's not goodbye forever. It's goodbye for a little while until we see each other again, in just a few months, which at some moments I think as we go through it, those few months will seem long, but when we finally get to the other side, we'll realize that it was so short. And I hope to see you all there on the other side and get to still occasionally visit with you from time to time, uh, throughout those months. Um, World 1-1 means a tremendous amount to me. It's not something that I would ever simply let go uh, without a fight, which is why it took me so long to sit down and have this talk. Um, but it needed to be done. I've honestly put this off for several weeks now because I knew that doing it meant that it was actually happening, and it makes me sad. It really does. This is a big part of my life, and again, it's a part that I'm incredibly proud of. That brings me a tremendous amount of joy, but unfortunately, um, there are things that I personally and everyone needs some time to attend to. So we want to take that time, come back, uh, fresh faced, new coat of paint, and in full force with laughter and insight and general insanity and a touch of crass, as always. So, so that's kind of the lowdown. If you guys have any questions, always feel free to drop us a line, leave them in the comments. Um, and I look forward to seeing you all on the other side in in a couple of months. Um, in the meantime, happy gaming, happy holidays from all of us here at World 1-1. We wish you, your loved ones, your friends, your family, all the best. We hope that you spend those holidays gathered around the warm glow of the TV, controllers in hand, and smiles on faces and joy in hearts. Um, it is a time that should be spent with love, with those closest to us and to you. Um, do not miss those times. Do not miss those opportunities when they avail themselves, because we don't know if we ever get them another one. Um, so I'm not even sure how to close this conversation other than to say thank you all so much for everything that you've given us. Um, it I don't think any of you will ever understand how much I smile when I see that just one person downloaded an episode of our show or subscribed to us on YouTube or followed us on Twitch. Um, to know that somebody somewhere maybe got a little bit, their day got a little brighter by making us a part of it. And we want to be able to continue to do that um, in the best way possible. And in order to do that, this this is what is necessary for the time being. So um, I want to. I've said thank you. I want you all to know that I love you. That we all love you. Every one of us. Myself, Eddie, Josh, Kathy, Dylan, Adele. Well, Adele might not. Adele hates everybody, but we'll say she loves you anyways. Um, and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon. So, without further ado, we'll see you all on the other side.